Yesterday, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua had a sit-down on the Explainer live on Citizen TV with Yvonne Okwara that happened at his residence in Karen, and it was a heated debate. I love the responses and how Yvonne Okwara conducted the interview. It was trending on X as well, and there's some very key issues that touched on President Ruto's government and legacy and how he's been conducting it. There's been a lot of explosive leakings and allegations, especially when it comes to corruption, the question of the legislature being held captive by the executive, and it's now emerging to be absolutely true. Before the president left for Japan, he had accused members of parliament of bribery allegations and corruption. It ended up with the members of parliament retaliating, and prominent faces have been Babu Owino, Sifuna, and Caleb Amisi. They've been saying, you know what, arrest them. And again, here there's some other festering issues with Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula. So yesterday, Rigathi Gachagua actually exposed the Ruto'S end goal plan, or end game plan to say, because Rigathi has been very consistent in saying Ruto is a one-term president. And there's a part that I wanna play right here in just a bit, and then we're gonna react to it. He's actually exposing the behind the scenes sketch and plan of President Ruto holding captive all the members of parliament, because he believes that when it comes to 2026 there'll be a mass exodus. So he's giving them money to bribe them and use it as a smoking gun. So when it comes to that time that these members of parliament will be wanting to exit, he has incriminating evidence against them, so he will hold them hostage. Now let's listen to that bite, and then we're gonna react to it.
He monitors all these MPs. You can ask me, I was his deputy. He has a file on each one of them. All this money he was bribing them, he has recordings. Ask me, I was his deputy. There is another senator who went to collect some money from some businessmen from Nakuru. I've even seen the video. He has all these recordings for all these bribes, for all these things the MPs have been doing. William Ruto is a smart man. He knew one day these guys can shortchange him and they can abandon him. So he knows that next year there will be mass exodus. So this multi-agency team he has formed is to collect evidence and create files on all leaders in Kenya.
Now, when it comes to 2027, in my previous commentary, I even tried to ask you guys, do we have any potential faces that could represent the voices of the Gen Zs? Because when you look at Morara Kebaso, was a prominent face with his inject and the exposes he did. In fact, he backed out. We saw many other movements that kept on uprising. In fact, just a while ago, I've seen, what was his name? The FBI guy, the police guy who went viral for, supporting the anti-finance bill protest. They finally, ditched all their movements, the Farsafis, the Caswell Makoris, and the rest, the Kina, who else? What is her name? Wanjiru. That these voices are nowhere to be heard and to be seen. So the question is, do Kenyan Gen Zs have a horse in the 2027 election race at the ballot? Who are the potential faces? And I told you, we don't want to hear from Maraga, we don't want to hear from Kalonzo, we don't want to hear from Matiang'i, we don't want to hear from them. We want fresh faces, because we don't want this repetitive cycle of oppression, systemic oppression, and just same people, same old issues, garbage in, garbage out. But again, if that is the end plan goal for President Ruto, then I kid you not, he could be winning, because if he has a grip on the legislature, then the judiciary will have no option but to bow down to him, because at the end of the day, he's the one. And Rigathi Gachagua has exposed all the secrets and poured them out there. So that's really ridiculous. Ridiculous.